Alex Thompson had finally made it. At 32, he was pulling in over $200,000 a year as a software engineer in Silicon Valley, living in a sleek condo in San Francisco with killer views of the bay. He'd bootstrapped his way out of a crappy childhood in a small Ohio town where his mom, Karen, had always favored his younger brother, Jake. Jake was the golden boy, spoiled rotten, never held accountable for anything. Alex remembered scraping together lunch money from odd jobs while Jake got new sneakers and video games just for whining. It all started when Alex slipped up during a rare family Zoom call. He'd mentioned closing a big deal at work, and Karen's ears perked up like a hound on a scent. "How much you making these days, honey?" she'd asked, all sweet and innocent. Alex dodged, but she must have done some digging, maybe stalked his LinkedIn or something. 2 weeks later, his doorbell rang. There stood Karen, luggage in tow, with 28-year-old Jake slouching behind her, smirking like he owned the place. "Surprise! We're here to visit," Karen announced, pushing past him into the living room. Alex's stomach dropped. This wasn't a visit, it was an invasion. Over coffee, Karen got straight to the point. "We know you're doing well, Alex." Real well. Jake's been struggling. Lost another job, poor thing. Rent's piling up back home. Family helps family, right? You owe us. I raised you after all. Jake chimed in, lounging on the couch like it was his. "Yeah, bro, hook me up. I need a new setup for my gaming channel. It's gonna blow up any day now." Alex stared in disbelief. Jake hadn't worked a steady gig in years, blowing cash on parties and gadgets while mooching off Karen's social security, and now they wanted Alex's hard-earned money? The audacity burned. That night, Alex lay awake, fury bubbling. Flashbacks hit him, Karen yelling at him for not sharing his birthday money with Jake, or grounding him while Jake got away with stealing his bike. He'd escaped that toxic mess, built his life from scratch. No way was he handing over a dime. But saying no outright, that'd spark World War III. He needed a plan, something to make them regret ever showing up. Revenge simmered in his mind, cold and calculated. Tomorrow, the game would begin. The next morning, Alex woke to the smell of burnt toast and Karen clanging, pots in his kitchen like she owned it. Jake was sprawled on the guest bed, scrolling TikTok, demanding breakfast in bed. "Make it snappy, bro," he yelled. Alex bit his tongue, forcing a smile. "Sure thing, let's all sit down and talk." He needed to play nice to gather intel for his payback. Over eggs, Karen launched her full assault. "Alex, sweetie, we've fallen on hard times. Jake's got potential, but the world's against him. You remember how I sacrificed everything for you boys? Worked double shifts at the diner while your deadbeat dad ran off. It's your turn to give back." She pulled out a crumpled envelope, bills, eviction notices, the works. "Just $5,000 to start, get us on our feet, then maybe more for Jake's business idea." Jake nodded vigorously. "Yeah, I'm starting a podcast. Need equipment, marketing? You can invest? Be a silent partner." Alex nearly choked on his coffee. Invest? In Jake's pipe dreams. The guy couldn't even keep a fast food job without quitting over bad vibes. But Alex nodded thoughtfully. "Let me think about it. Why don't you guys settle in? I'll show you around town." He took them sightseeing. Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz tour, all on his dime, watching their eyes light up at the luxury. Karen oohed and awed, hinting at how nice it'd be to move out here. Jake snapped selfies, bragging on social media about visiting my rich bro. Inside, Alex seethed. This was the same mum who'd called him selfish for not dropping college to help at home, the same brother who'd borrowed his savings and never paid back. By evening, back at the condo, Karen cornered him. "Don't make me beg, Alex. We're blood. If you don't help, what kind of son are you?" Tears welled up. Classic manipulation. Alex felt a pang of guilt, but it faded fast. He had therapyed through this crap years ago. No more. "Mum, I love you, but I worked hard for this. Let's discuss terms." Her face brightened. Hook, line, sinker. Little did she know, the terms would be his revenge. He'd string them along, expose their greed, and flip the script. Tomorrow, phase 2, make them earn it. Or so they'd think. Days turned into a week, and Alex's condo felt like a war zone. Karen redecorated without asking, moving his minimalist furniture to make room for her knickknacks, shipped from Ohio. Jake turned the guest room into a pigsty, blasting music at all hours and ordering takeout on Alex's Uber Eats account. "Bill me later, bro," he'd say with a wink. Alex tallied it all, every cent, every slight, fuel for his fire. Flashbacks haunted him during quiet moments. Like the time in high school when Alex won a scholarship and Karen demanded he give half to Jake for fairness. Or when Jake crashed Alex's first car, a beater he'd saved for, and Karen blamed Alex for lending it irresponsibly. Therapy had taught him boundaries, but seeing them in his space reopened old wounds. Emotional scars throbbed, abandonment, favoritism, the constant feeling of not being enough. One night, after Karen's guilt-trip monologue about her sacrifices, Alex snapped internally. He excused himself to his home office, locking the door. Pulling up bank statements, he saw the unauthorized charges. Jake had somehow gotten his card info for online shopping. That was the last straw. Revenge crystallized. He'd pretend to cave, offer a loan with strings, then pull the rug out spectacularly. Next day, Alex announced, "Okay, I'll help, but on my terms. Jake, you gotta prove you're serious. I'll set you up with a job interview at my company, entry level, but it's a start." Jake groaned. "Work? Nah, I need seed money, not a 9 to 5. Karen hushed him. "Take it, Jakey. It's a foot in the door." Alex smiled inwardly. The interview was a setup with his buddy in HR, rigged to expose Jake's laziness. For Karen, he added, "And Mum, you'll help around here. Cook, clean, earn your keep while I sort the finances." She bristled but agreed, eyes on the prize. Alex documented everything. Hidden cams caught Jake slacking, Karen gossiping on calls about milking Alex dry. Emotional weight lifted as he plotted. This wasn't just payback, it was justice. For every belittling comment, every stolen opportunity, they'd pay. The climax loomed, a family meeting where truths would explode. Alex felt empowered, the underdog rising. No more victim, time to be the hero of his own story. With his plan in motion, Alex amped up the charade. He drafted a fake loan agreement, $10,000 total, split between them, full of legalese he'd pulled from online templates. "Sign here and the money's yours," he said, over dinner, sliding papers across the table. Karen's eyes gleamed as she skimmed, missing the fine print about repayment with interest and collateral personal assets. Jake scribbled his name without reading, too busy eyeing Alex's gaming setup. The job setup was gold. Alex's friend, Mike, in HR, played along perfectly. Jake showed up late to the interview, in sweats, resume a joke. Content creator, 5K followers. Mike grilled him on basics. "What's your experience with code?" Jake blanked. I code in Fortnite?" Laughter echoed in Alex's mind as Mike reported back. "Dude's a disaster." Ghosted the follow-up email. Alex nodded, filing it away. Karen, meanwhile, helped by half-assing chores, leaving dishes piled, accidentally breaking a vase. Alex captured it on cam, along with her late-night calls to friends. "Alex is loaded. We'll be set for life." Emotional turmoil hit peaks. Anger mixed with sadness. Why couldn't they just be proud? But pity turned to resolve. They hadn't changed. He had. Phase 3. Escalation. Alex loaned them small amounts first, $500 each, watching them blow it. Jake on booze and bets, Karen on lotto tickets. "More where that came from," he teased, stringing them. Then, the trap. He invited them to a celebration dinner at a fancy spot, saying he'd wire the full amount after. Over steak, he toasted, "To family." They grinned like lottery winners. Back home, Alex revealed step 1 of revenge. "Before the big transfer, let's review your progress." He pulled up a slideshow, videos of Jake's messes, Karen's laziness, audio of their scheming. Faces paled. "What is this?" Karen sputtered. "Proof you're users, not family," Alex said calmly. "The loan. It's conditional on change. Jake, get a real job. Mum, therapy for your favoritism." They exploded. Accusations, tears. Jake stormed out. Karen begged. Alex stood firm. Or leave empty-handed. Heart pounding, he felt free. The final blow waited. Expose it all anonymously, online. Let karma finish them. Revenge tasted sweet, emotional catharsis in every calculated move. The morning after the slideshow bombshell, tension crackled like static. Karen paced the living room, mascara streaked, pleading. "Alex, honey, you can't do this. We're family." Jake sulked in the corner, muttering about betrayal. Alex sipped coffee, unmoved. Family doesn't extort. You've got 24 hours to pack and go, or face the consequences. They didn't budge, thinking he'd cave. Big mistake. Alex executed the finale. First, he changed all locks and passwords. Bye-bye free ride. Then the digital dagger. He compiled everything into an anonymous Reddit post on r/entitled parents. Mum and bro demand my salary after years of favoritism. Here's the proof. Attached. Blurred clips, transcripts, the works. It blew up overnight. Thousands of upvotes, comments roasting their greed. NTA, cut them off. Classic narc family. Karen's phone blew up with notifications, friends sharing the post. Is this you? She confronted Alex, hysterical. How could you humiliate us? He shrugged. Truth hurts. You humiliated me for years. Jake, seeing his brand tank, begged for deletion. Too late, Alex said. It's viral. Emotional waves crashed. Satisfaction, mixed with a twinge of loss. He'd mourned the family he never had long ago. Now, empowerment surged. As they packed, grumbling, Alex handed them bus tickets back to Ohio. No more money. Get jobs. Or don't. Your choice. Karen's parting shot. You'll regret this. Alex's reply. I regret nothing. Months later, life bloomed. Alex thrived at work, started dating, even donated to charities for estranged kids. Word trickled back. Jake flipped burgers, hating it, but paying bills. Karen entered counseling, albeit grudgingly. The post inspired others to share stories, creating a support wave. Alex commented anonymously, "Stand your ground, it's liberating." Revenge wasn't just petty, it was transformative. No violence, no illegality, just exposure and boundaries. The emotional payoff, immense. He reclaimed his narrative, turning pain into power. If they ever reached out genuinely, maybe he'd listen. But demands, never again. Alex Thompson, once the overlooked son, now the architect of his fate. Lesson learned. Blood doesn't entitle anyone to your success. Earn it, or lose it all.